What's up? This is Trey T, and in this video, I will be giving an update of the 2020 NFL Draft receiving class. There were a lot of people who considered this draft class of receivers to possibly be one of the greatest draft classes of all time, receivers-wise. So I'm going to go through and we're going to revisit the receivers and see where they were selected and how they are doing now in the NFL. The first receiver selected from the 2020 draft class was Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs started out all right with the Raiders, but unfortunately, if you don't remember, he got into a car crash while driving his car at like 170 miles per hour, and he ended up killing someone. So right now, Henry Ruggs, he was released by the Raiders, and right now he is in jail, I guess awaiting his trial. The second receiver drafted was Jerry Jeudy. As a Bronco fan, I feel like Jerry Jeudy has a lot of potential. He just needs the right quarterback. But unfortunately, Russell Wilson right now is playing behind a horrible Broncos offensive line. And Jerry Jeudy, along with the rest of the Broncos receivers, seem like they are made out of glass. Jerry Jeudy, when on the field, can be productive, but he's missing too many games. He's already missed like 10 games in his 3 seasons. His first year, when he was the main guy because Courtland Sutton was hurt, his rookie year was all right. He had like 856 yards, 3 touchdowns. The only bad thing is he had 11 drops his rookie year. He came back the next year and he missed like 7 games because he got hurt in the first game of the season. And then he missed like 7 games, came back. He only had 1 drop his second year. And now this year he's had like 2 or 3 drops. But again, he's missed 2 games this year. It's like, what's the use of you being able to be great at route running if you're going to drop the ball or you're not even going to be on the field? So, like, I feel like Jerry Jeudy has a lot of potential. It was reported that Dallas actually tried to trade for Jerry Jeudy at the trade deadline this year. I'm glad that the Broncos kept him, though. The third receiver selected in that draft was CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is having a good season so far. It seems like he's starting to become the breakout receiver that Dallas intended for him to be. He's played in all 45 games. Well, I think he missed 1 game because I think it's supposed to be 46. He has almost 3,000 yards, 17 receiving touchdowns. He does have a lot of drops, though, especially like those first 2 years. Like him and Jerry Jeudy, though, they have a lot of drops. The next receiver selected was Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor, things just didn't work out with him in Philly. And then, like, he didn't miss a lot of games, but things just didn't work out. And he ended up getting I forgot if he was traded or he was cut by the Eagles. But now he's with Minnesota. So now he's on the team with 2 other receivers that were drafted in the 2020 draft class. After that, speaking of Minnesota, you got Justin Jefferson. I'm pretty sure most people will agree that Justin Jefferson was the best receiver in that draft class. And he was picked 22nd and the 5th receiver selected in that draft class. Justin Jefferson is probably a top 3 receiver in the league right now. He has 4,500 yards. And remember, this is from before week 15. So he had like 100 or some yards. So he probably has almost close to 5,000 yards now. But Justin Jefferson, he just had 220 some yards like a couple of weeks ago. Justin Jefferson has been balling out of his mind. It's like wherever the ball is, Justin Jefferson is going to go get it. Justin Jefferson is making Kirk Cousins' life a lot easier up there in Minnesota. Next receiver, we have Brandon Ayuk. Was drafted by the 49ers. Brandon Ayuk is having a great career so far. 17 receiving touchdowns, 2,300 yards. He's only missed a handful of games. He has 13 drops in 3 seasons, but that's all right. And now that they got Christian McCaffrey, it's only going to open it up more with him and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. So yeah, Ayuk is doing all right with San Francisco. Then the seventh receiver selected, you have T. Higgins with Cincinnati to go along with Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase, and you got Joe Burrow throwing you the ball. So 17 touchdowns, 2,800 yards. Yeah, he does have 17 drops. But yeah, T. Higgins is having a great start to his young career. Especially like when you got all those weapons and the quarterback, he'll be fine in Cincinnati. The next receiver selected was Michael Pittman Jr. He's having a great career so far with the Colts. He only got 9 receiving touchdowns, but he keeps going through different quarterbacks: Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan. So hopefully Michael Pittman can get a steady quarterback soon. Because he got the running game with Jonathan Taylor that'll help open it up. So hopefully he can get a quarterback soon. The next receiver is Laviska Shenault Jr. He was doing all right with Jacksonville, but he ended up getting, I don't know if he was traded to Carolina or he was cut and picked up by Carolina. I think he was traded to Carolina, but that's where he is now with the Carolina Panthers. But he got 6 touchdowns, but 12 drops. And just like Jerry Jeudy, he has missed a lot of games also, but he was the 9th receiver selected. Then, as a Bronco fan, now we got KJ Hamler. Look at how many games KJ Hamler has played. 23 games. That means he's missed 23 games. In 3 years, he's already missed 23 games. And he got 8 drops. Like, he's a deep threat, but he's so small, like, he's injury prone. Like, I would have preferred them trade the Broncos. As a Bronco fan, I would have preferred they trade KJ Hamler than try to trade Jerry Jeudy. He's just too injury prone. Then you got Chase Claypool. He was the 11th receiver selected. He started out with Pittsburgh. He got 15 drops, 12 touchdowns, 2,100 yards. He was traded to Chicago. So right now, that's where Chase Claypool is. So he went from having Big Ben his rookie year to having Mitchell Trubisky this year and George Pickens. And now he has Justin Fields. And the 12th receiver selected was Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson did get him a Super Bowl last year with the Rams. He had Matthew Stafford, but as we know, the Rams didn't do very well this year. But Van Jefferson he's having an all right career to start his young career. He was the 12th receiver selected in that 2020 NFL draft by the Los Angeles Rams. He's played most of the games, got some touchdowns. Then you got Denzel Mims for the Jets. I'm surprised he don't have any touchdowns. So his career, but again, it's the Jets. So who is the quarterback? Zach Wilson. And now they got Mike something. I don't even remember the quarterback now. But he is off to a good start in his young career as the receiver. And he was the 13th receiver selected. 15th receiver selected was Bryan Edwards. Bryan Edwards with the Raiders. He recently either got traded and then cut. And I think he just signed. He got traded to someone. And then just recently in November, I think Kansas City, whoever he got traded to, cut him. And Kansas City, I think, just recently picked him up in November, like 2-3 weeks ago. Then you got the 16th receiver, Devin Duvernay in Baltimore. They're trying to get Lamar Jackson some more receiving targets. He's played most of the games. His numbers, they're not too good. Only 5 touchdowns. He does have only 2 drops. But 88 receptions in 3 seasons is not really that well. Even though Baltimore is mainly a running team, but still. Then you got Gabriel Davis. Gabriel Davis has played well for Buffalo. He had that big game in the playoffs against the Chiefs last year where he had like 3 or 4 touchdowns. He has 19 total receiving touchdowns. He got 12 drops. And he hardly has missed any games, 108 receptions. playing alongside Stephon Diggs. You got Josh Allen throwing you the ball. So yeah, Gabriel Davis has a good start to his young career. Darnell Mooney, I think Mooney is out for the season. I think he's on injured reserve, but he's having a good career, especially with Justin Fields throwing you the ball. He got 2,100 yards, 10 receiving touchdowns, 13 drops. But he was the 100. But that's pretty damn good for being the 173rd pick in the draft. 182 receptions. He was the 25th receiver selected. Then you got KJ Osborne. He went to Minnesota. He had a big game yesterday on Saturday against Indianapolis. He had 2 touchdowns. So right now he's got 12 touchdowns in total because I said this list wasn't updated. I had made this before those games in week 15. But he was the 176th pick. He's missed a lot of games though, but pair him with Justin Jefferson and now they got Jalen Reagor. So yeah. Donovan Peoples-Jones has been playing well for Cleveland, and now they're going to have Deshaun Watson as the quarterback, and he was the 187th pick, and he got 1,600 yards, 6 receiving. I'm surprised he don't have more receiving touchdowns. He did have that punt return against Houston like 2 weeks ago. He's got 5 drops, though. He's missed a couple of games. He needs to be more durable than that, but he was the 27th receiver selected. Then you got Quez Watkins with the Eagles. Jalen Reagor was selected by the Eagles. Quez Watkins was selected with the Eagles with the 200th pick. 6 drops, 5 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards, 76 receptions. So for being the 200 pick, that's kind of all right. For once that's like it's not no top tier numbers, but those are all right numbers for someone who was the 28th receiver and the 200th pick. But he's having a nice start to his career. Here's an updated list of what the receivers from the class of 2020 are doing from the games from week 15. As you can clearly see, Justin Jefferson is miles ahead of everybody else. He has 307 catches for 4,639 yards, 24 touchdowns, and has only 14 drops. 14 drops for the amount of targets that Jefferson gets is just crazy. Second would be CeeDee Lamb with 234 catches, 3,124 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 20 drops. Then after him, you probably have T. Higgins with 206 catches, 2,893 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 17 drops. Then it would probably be Brandon Ayuk with 176 catches, 2,348 yards, 17 touchdowns, 14 drops. I picked Ayuk over Michael Pittman because Michael Pittman doesn't have the touchdowns. He has more catches than Ayuk, but he has more catches and yards, but he doesn't have the touchdowns that Ayuk has 8 more touchdowns than Michael Pittman Jr. So then after that, it'll probably be Chase Claypool. No, it'll be Darnell Mooney with 182 receptions, 2,179 yards, 10 touchdowns, 13 drops. Then it would be Chase Claypool, who's on his second team, with 165 catches, 2,155 yards, 12 touchdowns, 15 drops. And then it would probably be Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, Jerry Jeudy with 139 catches. Because Jerry Jeudy didn't miss like 10 games so far. But he has 139 catches, 1,986 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 15 drops. He had 76 yards today, and he had 3 touchdowns last week. And then next would probably be Donovan Peoples-Jones with 105 catches, 1,683 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 5 drops. Oh, and Gabriel Davis with 112 receptions, 1,900 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 15 drops. But yeah, most of the class of 2020, the receivers are doing quite well. But then you have those like Denzel Mims, still has 0 touchdowns. Lynn Bowden Jr., I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. He has 14. He was the 14th receiver pick. He only has 28 catches and 211 yards, 0 touchdowns. Tyler Johnson is on his second team. He's with the Texans. So yeah, most of the receivers are doing quite well, but not all of them. Just goes to show you that the NFL is not easy. Yeah, you can make it out of college and make it to the NFL. That's a hard task in itself. But staying in the NFL and still performing instead of having to go on practice squad after practice squad, going from team to team, it's not that easy. But yeah, I just want to give an update on how the class of 2020, the receiver class of 2020 are doing right now in the NFL. This is Trey T. More videos coming soon. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.